Yo, what's up ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? This is Burke, aka Dansg08, and this is a special 5-year anniversary video for my channel. So yeah, I decided finally, you can see the face behind this channel, and that is this. And this video is kind of going to be another turning point in my channel. I remember when I made my Metal Gear Solid 3 commentary video, I said that this was kind of a turning point for the channel, and this is going to be another one. And what I plan to do now is to kind of take this channel to a stage where I'm kind of more engaging with my subscribers. So at the moment, as it stands, I'm kind of this video editing guy that kind of sits on his computer, makes his video game movies, cranks them out, and whatever. You know, that's all, and does a bit of commentary as well. But that doesn't really, you know, because I don't do games as soon as they're released. A lot of people tend to have their favourite commentary channels, and they just watch their playthroughs through them, and no one really watches it through mine, which is understandable. But my intention is to kind of take this channel to another level, and what I want to do with that is I want to do that by integrating more and connecting more with my fans / subscribers. You know, there's a big difference between having a fan and a subscriber, but you know, some of those subscribers could be considered fans, I guess. And if you are a fan, thank you for being a fan. If you notice, my name is Burke, and that's nothing like Dansg08. And you might be thinking, why is this guy called Dansg08? And some of you might know, some of you might not, so let me quickly kind of clarify why my name is Dansg08 and why my name is Burke as well. Let's start with Burke. Burke is a Turkish name. My parents are both Turkish, so Turkish blood flows through my veins. And but I was born and raised in the UK, so that makes me a dual citizen. And I'm kind of quite fair-skinned and blue-eyed, so I don't really look Turkish, but I am Turkish. So yeah, that is my name. But when I was starting off with YouTube, I was kind of like 15 or 16. I was like obsessed with Final Fantasy X, and it's still my favourite game. And I started off a challenge in that game called the No Sphere Grid Challenge, which is where you effectively don't level up your characters at all. And there was a boss in that challenge that had been like never been defeated before, and it was kind of this kind of holy grail of the challenge. And back then I was kind of very kind of motivated. I was like, you know, yes, I'm going to be the first person to kind of defeat this boss. And this boss was known as Dark Anima. And the reason I created the channel was I thought to myself, you know what, one day if I ever do defeat this boss, I'm going to need some kind of proof. So let me create a YouTube channel, so if I ever defeat this boss, I can record it and put it up on YouTube for the world to see. So actually, when you think about it, I only created this channel with the intention of putting one video on it. So it's kind of funny now that I have like nearly 400 videos and you know, all this content, but you know, you've got to start from somewhere. So if you're wondering what the hell that's all about, then I'll put an annotation like here. Oh, I've always wanted to do that. I'll put an annotation here, and you can kind of see what that video is all about. And that is effectively the reason why I joined YouTube. And the fact that I actually did it, and I'm still the only person in the world that's ever completed that challenge, it's quite a personal achievement. Okay, so that is the Dansg08. Dansg08 is an acronym of that challenge, if you haven't realised already. DANSG, Dark Anima No Sphere Grid. And that is why I came up with that name. It's a bit stupid now, because you know, you try and introduce yourself or you do commentary and you're like, hey, it's Dansg08, and it sounds wrong. It sounds weird, but you know, it's too late to change it now. I have to run with it. And I just have to, you know, use the phrase, it's Burke, aka Dansg08. And it doesn't work well, but what can you do? It's too late. Yeah, so that is that. A little bit about my name, a little bit about Dansg08, my alter ego, because not a lot of people actually know about this channel. I tend not to tell people. It's kind of my online alter ego. So yeah, what I want to do, the more time I spend on YouTube, the more I learn, you know, how things work and what gets views, what doesn't, and you know, thanks to that, I've managed to kind of improve my channel more and more over time, and it's doing better than it ever has been in terms of subscribers, which is nice. But one thing I've tended to notice is that the channels that you love the most, they tend to be the channels where you don't just love the content, but you love the person putting out the content. You know, this could be, you know, anything from a channel like SourceFed. You know, I don't know if you guys watch SourceFed, but I mean, that channel is literally, you know, they put out news, and there are billions of channels that put out news. But you know, these guys, you know, they have, you know, funny presenters, and they have all these extra shows that are really funny. And you tend to subscribe because you find those guys funny and you enjoy watching their videos, rather than the fact that you really need to know the news. And I don't think that the gaming is actually that different. I think if you look at the most successful gaming channels on YouTube, they tend to, you know, people watch their channels because they like them. You know, let's say, throw out an example like Tetra Ninja. I mean, that guy's improved a lot, and he's like almost got 300,000 subscribers now. I think the reason why you watch that guy's videos instead of someone else's is because you like the way that guy commentates. And you know, that's why even if there's 1,000 other walkthroughs, 1,000 other commentary playthroughs, you'll watch that guy's because you like him. And I think with video game movies it's difficult to capture that, because essentially what you're doing is a job that anyone can do. It's not specialized, it's not personalized. And with my movies, I try to personalize them by including kind of integrating gameplay elements and trying to kind of separate it from the rest by not just making a kind of cut and paste, stick all the cutscenes together and make a movie. But unfortunately, the way it tends to work is maybe a couple of years ago, if I was to do this, then I would get a lot more views, because you know, the whole video game to movie thing wasn't something that a lot of people were tapping into. And you know, that's why the Final Fantasy X series I made did so well, because I was the first person to make it. And part 1 has like 300,000 views now, which is like amazing for a, you know, considering that game was like 10 years old when I released the video. So, you know, but nowadays it's got to the stage where there's at least 4 or 5 specialized channels that specialize completely in making video game movies. And you know, the way they are, you know, it's really annoying that they can, you know, they get the games in early, they, you know, they play through, they edit the video, and you know, if the game's released on the 12th of March, that video will come out on the 12th of March, you know, fully, you know, prepared 2-hour HD movie version, and within the first month it'll get like 500,000 views, and then that'll be that. So, you know, it's really difficult to compete with that as a YouTuber, because you know, I don't have the option of getting games early. It was a fluke with BioShock. You know, with BioShock it was supposed to come on Monday and it came on Saturday, which brought me like 3 days before release, and with those 3 days I worked for like 45 hours in order to get that game out, and that's not something that I can do all the time. So, you know, the way it works is that, you know, YouTube people, they're quite easy to please, and all you have to do is literally just cut and paste all the cutscenes together, and provided the cutscenes are good, then people are going to be happy with it. No one's going to, you know, care that, oh, you know, why didn't you integrate gameplay elements? You know, at the end of the day, did you get your views? Yeah, you did. So, you know, as a creator, you know, a high majority of people are going to enjoy the video, and you're still going to get lots of views. So, you know, why put any extra effort into it? You know, you've already got those guys that have kind of established a monopoly. You know, I'm an economics graduate, so, you know, monopoly, I'm sure you guys know what that is. They've established a monopoly or oligopoly, any economists out there, where, you know, there's like 4 or 5 channels. Any game that comes out, those 4 or 5 channels, they all put their videos out and they share the views between themselves. And anyone else that tries to get in there, the only way they can do it is if they do what I did with BioShock and literally just get there before anyone else. And that's becoming increasingly difficult. So that is why I need to kind of take it in a slightly different direction. And as a start for doing that, I want to kind of start a new video series where I want to kind of, it's not going to be like a vlog. I don't want it to just be a vlog where I sit down and say, you know, today I did Final Fantasy 13 Part 2, Part 8, Final Fantasy 12 Part 7. You know, I don't want it to just be a list of I did this, look out for it. You know, so I don't want it to be kind of promo stuff. I want it to be more of a, have some actual content in there. So I sat down to try and think of a format to kind of, you know, how could I kind of make it, and I decided that I might try to have like a 2 or 3 minute intro section where I talk about those things kind of in brief. You know, what am I doing? Is there any kind of news from my life or from my channel that's relevant? You know, just talk about that kind of stuff, just like a 2 minute kind of intro. And then I wanted to kind of start doing like a weekly Q&A if I could. If I had enough people that were interested in kind of finding out more about me or my channel or video making, or they want to know the meaning of life and they want to ask me, I don't mind trying to answer that. It'd be nice if I could get that going. So what I'd like, kind of this could kind of be the first one. Post your questions in the comment section, and you know, let's get this thing going. Let's get some Q&A, and let's see if we can kind of turn this into a kind of series that, you know, people are going to want to watch, as opposed to just watching kind of video game movies. So yeah, I'm going to have that section, and then I want to end with, because I'm a movie buff. I don't know if you can see my T-shirt. This is a pretty sick T-shirt, I have to say. Let me show you guys. Don't know if that you can see Batman through the buildings there. It's an amazing T-shirt, my favourite. And also the Inception poster up there, and the Matrix thing above there. I know you can't see it, it's off camera. It's a little Matrix thing there as well. Yeah, I'm a big movie fan, obviously. And what I'd like to do is kind of every week do like a recommended film of the week. So, you know, I'd give you guys some films that maybe you haven't seen before. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people that are subscribed to this channel, they're also movie fans, so they've probably already seen what I have to offer. But you know, just as something to kind of give something to you guys, perhaps I'd recommend a movie that you end up loving, and you know, that would be a nice way to give something back. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to do a recommended channel of the week. There's so many channels out there that, you know, they either they get outcompeted by the bigger channels, or just because of the sheer number of channels, you never really get into that channel. So I'm going to do that as well. So the format is literally going to be kind of intro, news, information, that kind of stuff, Q&A for a few minutes, kind of picking out a few questions and just answering them, and then recommended channel and recommended movie of the week. And if I could kind of make a little series like that, then I think that'd be a nice thing to kind of share with the subscribers. You know, those people that are genuinely interested in the channel and interested in, you know, what I have to say, then they can watch those, and hopefully that can be like an ongoing series. Particularly if people like it. I mean, if no one asks any questions and no one gives a shit, then there's not much I can do. You know, I mean, this isn't kind of me trying to say, oh, you have to watch these kind of videos. If you're not interested in these videos, then you don't have to watch them. You know, just stick to your video game movies and commentary or whatever you like to watch on my channel. This is just for those people, you know, that you know, want a little bit more, and I'm trying to offer that. And if this is, you know, what you want to kind of be watching, you know, this kind of different stuff, then please kind of interact and post your comments and post your questions and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully I can go on to you know, do something a little bit different. So yeah, that is the plan. Alright, so yeah, closing comments. Thanks to anyone that's ever subscribed to this channel, ever, you know, watched videos, liked them, favorited them. You know, it's through you guys that, you know, I enjoy what I do. You know, at first I was always the kind of guy, oh, you know, even if one person watches it, you know, it's great for me, and that's all, you know, well and good. But deep down, I think everyone wants their videos to be noticed. And you know, for 2 or 3 years, I was literally, you know, hardly anyone watched my videos. You know, so I went through that phase, and then, you know, things started to get more momentum, and now it's, you know, really nice to see that there's, you know, a group of people that want to follow my videos and watch them. And you know, before, 200 views a day was amazing, and now, you know, being able to pull like, you know, 12,000, 15,000 views a day, you know, it's amazing. And I'd never have thought, you know, if you look back at my first video, you know, I don't even recommend you to watch it, it's that bad. You know, it was recorded with like, I think it was a Samsung S8000 with like its amazing 3.2 megapixel camera, and it was just absolutely terrible. So don't watch it. But you know, seeing how I came from there to where I am now, it's nice, you know, to see that growth. And like I said, hopefully, you know, we can keep, you know, improving in the future, and keep taking this channel to new levels. So yeah, that is me. Finally got to see the face behind the channel, and you know, if it all goes well, if people are interested, you'll be seeing some more of it. So post your questions, post your comments, and hopefully I can start this series pretty soon. Alright, thank you everyone once again, and I'll see you guys later.